Are you a manager and want to master performance reviews? Or you want to nail those interview questions regarding performance reviews and giving feedback? Well, you are at the right place because today I'm handing you the blueprint. Hi, I am Vinay Bansal, an engineering manager at Google. I have spent more than a decade doing performance reviews, talent management, and promotions at top tech companies like Google and Nike. I'll be sharing with you precise strategies that leading tech companies expect from you when it comes to performance management. So let's get started. One of the core responsibilities being a manager is performance management, which includes setting up of goals, giving continuous feedback, and doing performance evaluation at the year end. These strategies are primarily rooted into top tech companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft. Company culture varies. Some environments might lean towards micromanagement. That is not part of our discussion today. We're discussing building trust and fostering autonomy here. Okay, rule number 1 of performance management, that performance management isn't just an annual task. It's a constant leadership opportunity. We need to give constant, continuous feedback to our direct reports. This prevents surprises, builds trust, enables timely course corrections, and fosters a feedback-rich culture. We should use one-on-one meetings effectively. Make them about development and feedback, not just status updates. Practice giving immediate and specific feedback, both positive and constructive. Personally, I keep detailed notes for each of my direct reports. Whenever I see an opportunity for feedback, good or bad, I make a note of it in that note. For instance, if one of my direct gives a great presentation, I'll log that immediately. This allows me to share that feedback promptly, and also it helps me build a solid document that I can leverage at the year end for the performance reviews. Then you can leverage something called as 360 feedback. 360 feedback is a strategy that is used by most tech companies. It involves gathering feedback from different stakeholders for each of your direct. As a manager, your view is critical, but it's often limited. You cannot know everything about your direct report. 360 feedback helps you get a diverse perspective to paint a full picture about your direct's impact. It uncovers blind spots, which is helpful not just for manager but also for direct reports. Gives you validation for their strengths, provides you with a comprehensive view of their impact and collaboration across different teams. However, being a great manager, you need to process and weigh the conflicting and nuanced reviews very carefully. To make sure that 360 feedback is done effectively, you need to choose the feedback providers effectively, choosing only the people who truly collaborated with the direct report. In the questionnaire, you need to provide precise questions to gather actionable and behavioral feedback. Within the core principles of performance management, I would like to discuss one last point, that is the no surprise mandate. A core principle of effective performance management is that if a review is a surprise to the direct, you have failed somewhere along the way. You need to make sure that the performance review that you're giving at the year end doesn't come as a surprise to the direct. They have already prepared for that and known that because of the continuous feedback that you have been giving them throughout the year. This helps maintain the trust between you and your direct. It helps continuous growth and boost morale of the direct report. To achieve this goal of having no surprises, you need to follow all the strategies we discussed so far and the ones that we'll be discussing hereafter. This is an ongoing process. You need to have continuous conversations with your direct. Make sure that they know what they need to do and how they are doing it. We need to set clear expectation with our directs. We can do quarterly check-ins with our directs to make sure that the processes are aligned against the goals that we have set. Let's discuss core strategies regarding goals, impact, and development from a manager's lens. The performance management process starts with the goal setting. Setting clear, ambitious, yet achievable goals are the core foundations of a strong performance. By setting correct goals, we can align individuals' efforts to the company and team's objectives. This helps foster accountability and measurable impact. As a manager, you need to make sure when you're working with your team directs, you are setting SMART goals. SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based goals. You need to also make sure that these goals align directly to the team's priority and organization's objectives. We also know that goals aren't always static. We must revisit them and adjust them as the team priorities evolve. While setting up of the goal and evaluating performance, we need to evaluate impact, not just activity. What that means is top companies value tangible results and business impact, not just efforts. This differentiates high performers and drives successful contribution. Coach your team to describe their achievements with metrics and data. You need to understand what constitutes impact at different career stages. For example, expectations from lead engineer would be different from those of a junior software engineer. Harvard Business School considers performance reviews as the strongest tools for talent development for managers. Top tech companies, especially FAANG companies, invest heavily in building strong and capable teams, also to retain top talent. As a great manager, you need to move beyond vague advice. You need to provide them with concrete steps, resources, and opportunities to excel in the work that they are doing. You need to link the feedback directly to the promotions and long-term career aspirations. A great feedback is mostly clear and evidence-based, especially when it is for lower rating or a constructive feedback. Make sure the feedback that you're providing is always non-negotiable. This provides fairness, maintains credibility, and enables genuine improvement. Always back up your feedback with specific examples, data, metrics, and observed behavior. Discuss their actions and their impact, always avoiding personal attacks. Work with the employee to create a clear path forward. Being a manager, I've had to do a lot of these conversations. Some of these were difficult conversations and other success stories. While being in the interview setting, share with your interviewer some of your success stories or the difficult conversations that you had. If you want to learn more about difficult conversations, I'll be creating a new video just talking about these difficult conversations and how to handle them. Being an experienced manager, you will learn that not everything is under your control and influence. You need to be open with them about budget, promotion slot limitations, and shifting priorities. Never make commitments that you can't keep. Rather, focus on advocacy and support. You should commit to coaching, providing opportunities, and advocating for your team members' growth. These strategies will build long-term trust and avoid false hope. I have seen multiple such cases, even in top tech companies, wherein an employee would be promised promotion, but their manager couldn't award the promotion due to limitations in the promotion slots or maybe not aligning to the organization's growth. This often leads to the employee leaving the company, which results in negative image reputation of the company and loss of financial resources to hire a new employee and to train them. To be a great manager, you need to be a great leader. You need to shape the high-performing culture within the team. You need to shift your identity from being purely an evaluator to a developmental coach. Great managers, especially at top tech companies, would empower their teams, foster autonomy, and cultivate future leaders. You should truly understand your team's aspirations and challenges. You should be genuinely helping them to achieve their goals, not just setting them up. You should proactively connect your team with learning opportunities and even other mentors. Along with helping your team in these ways, you should also champion your team's work and career progression within your organization. Another great tool that you have as a manager is rewards and recognition. As a manager, you would go beyond formal reviews to acknowledge and celebrate high performance. Rewarding and recognizing high performers in your team will boost your team's morale, reinforces desired behaviors, and motivates continuous excellence. Being an experienced manager, you would know that formal rewards depends on company culture and budget. But being a great manager, you don't need to be limited just on that. A sincere well done email, a public shout out, or sometimes even a direct handshake could be incredibly powerful. Don't wait too long to recognize the impact and achievement. You should make sure that the recognition is done as close to the event as possible to maximize the impact. Also, it goes without saying that you need to be very clear on what you are rewarding for and why it actually matters to the team and to the company. This is how most of the top tech company managers build exceptional organization and stellar careers. As a great manager, I hope that you follow all these strategies throughout your management career. These are not one-time duty or tasks that you need to perform. These are continuous activities that will help you as well as your directs to excel in their career. If this video helped you in any way, do like this video and subscribe to V Top 10 to get more such leadership videos.